Whoa, what a night. Late December back in 93. The night is young.
The night is old.
That WB promo.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. I found the extended version on YouTube one time.
Yeah.
Because it had the Gross Point cast as well.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
Vitamin C.
I was a WB kid. I remember all of that.
Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is So I'm Watching Wednesday, Season 1, Episode 4.
Whoa, what a night.
It was the Raven something?
The Raven dance, but it's
Rave.
apostrophe N.
Well, like a rave and dance. And I was like, okay, cool. But then they just called it the Raven the whole time. And I was like, if I didn't have captions on, I would be so confused as to what they were talking about.
Well, I was.
Because then to add insult to injury, it was like themed like Yeti.
Well, it was like climate change and like stuff and so whatever. So it was kind of silly, but I also was really confused because I thought it was one of the school houses because at the beginning Bianca says something about like, you know, the boy bugs in the carnivorous plants don't get anything, just like the Raven, the boys at the Raven. And so I thought she was like, this house of boys doesn't get laid. And I was like, I went a whole thing.
What are the other, because she's like in Ophelia.
Ophelia. I don't know what the rest of them are.
Interesting.
Yeah.
They might have said it and I just don't.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, well, we technically opened up with Wednesday and things sneaking into the coroner's office to look for clues. And she found on the body of the old guy that was killed in the previous episode that he was missing his foot. But then
the foot was missing 2 toes.
Yeah, but then they found the foot and found it was missing 2 toes. And so far, every victim has had 2 things, or has had
one thing,
something surgically missing. And we don't know if that's happening before or after.
Yeah, it was like a kidney, a gallbladder, the toes, and something else that I don't remember.
Enid passing out was
so funny. And then the fact that Wednesday was like, get the smelling salts again. This seems to be a recurring theme.
They were having the affirmation dance, and Wednesday obviously wasn't interested in it because she was, because she's Wednesday, and also she's still doing her thing.
She was snooping in Xavier's art studio.
I forgot why she went there in the first place.
Because she noticed the scratches on his neck in science class. It is covered from wall to wall in drawings of this monster, and so she is suspicious of him now.
It was alarming.
Yeah.
It was.
So she makes it out the first time, and he like catches her like walking around outside, and she ends up asking him to the dance, and he's
as
like
a distraction.
Yeah. And then she comes back later and he catches her inside and they get into it because she thinks it's him and she's looking for clues to basically like.
Well, she stole a drawing, one of the drawings, and Eugene recognized the location as a cave in the woods where this thing presumably lives or is being kept.
There are human-sized handcuffs on the wall of the cave.
And there was a bunch of bones, human and animal bones in there. I don't know what's happening. Xavier's story, which I buy.
He kind of lost control of his powers because he keeps having nightmares about the monster.
He's having nightmares about the monster, and he said that drawing it was the only way that he could have peace. And then because he can bring things to life, it like started to come to life and it scratched him. I think, I buy that.
It hangs together.
Because my eye is already on somebody else.
I mean, it was from episode 1. You were pretty sure.
So, her placement.
Yeah.
The way that she's teetering on the periphery, I think Christina reaching Mrs. Thornhill is it. And also, Wednesday had the vision. The vision is always correct. It's always prompted by something.
When she touches something.
She touched Mrs. Thornhill.
Was that who she touched?
Well, so the way it was presented to us is there was commotion.
Yeah.
She has the vision and then comes out of it, and Miss Thornhill's like, Wednesday. So I think in the commotion, she could have touched her.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just my...
Okay, so because I'm of two minds, because it's a little obvious, and so I'm like, is it a red herring? But at the same time...
Is her red hair a red herring?
Well, and her boots as well, her red boots and red hair. But also, she has such a somebody shit on the coats vibe that I'm like, you're really leaning in to that. So we'll see.
Enid ended up going to the dance with Lucas, who, if you watched our previous coverage, I decided Lucas was maybe okay, and he's not. Straight in the garbage. Nope. You lost your chance.
No, I agree. It was not great. She didn't really want him anyway.
No, I know, but I liked that he was maybe like, I don't know, maybe these guys are cool. Because that's, believe me, it hangs together. I get the concept of like the townies not liking the outsiders.
Yeah.
But I would be doing everything in my power to get into that goddamn school. I would be Julia Wicker. You know what I mean? Like...
He also, this is the only thing I'll say for him, is that he felt bad.
Sure, but the others could feign ignorance.
Yeah.
It was his idea to get close to her and manipulate.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing to bully someone passing in the street or just being a cock, but to
or to have
preconceive, to premeditate emotional manipulation.
100%. Because it's also one thing to like come up with this plan and execute it. But you're right. It is the emotional manipulation of Enid that is the real crime.
I mean, it's noteworthy that he did second guess it and presumably feel bad.
Yeah.
But was this the shading of Bianca?
A little, yeah.
Mm-hmm. She was fine.
I think it was important that Xavier was like, first of all, he is real hung up on Wednesday in a way that feels outsized to like what has actually occurred between them. But the fact that he looked at Bianca and was like, take off your amulet and make me forget about her. And she was like, how very dare you ask me to do the thing that you broke up with me for? And then the fact that she like hard didn't do it and instead left the room. I was very impressed by that. And then
I wanted to hear it. I was like, do it though.
I think she's going to.
Yeah.
I think at some point she's going to. But then the fact that she like went out and she and Wednesday had like a really lovely conversation about, you know, kind of like they kind of wish they could swap places like a little bit. Like, I wish I cared more what people think. And like, I wish I didn't care what people think like you do. And I don't know. I thought it was really nice. And I think it was like sort of a step up in the performance from Joy Sunday, who plays Bianca. I like.
I do like, this is just aesthetic, but I do like the shimmery scales that they have.
Yeah.
And they all have the eyes and stuff, which that's everyone. It's like everyone has all of the things have like a primary characteristic and then like a secondary, more subtle one. And I kind of, because the vampires have the glasses and the teeth, and then it's just...
we got the information that the amulet is really just sort of like a stopgap. Like, it does not...
It's a prophylactic.
Yeah, it does not, like, fully...
I guess it's just not
cut it off.
100% reliable.
It's not foolproof, yeah.
But, yeah, I do find it interesting that there are boy sirens as well.
Yeah.
I'm curious if they will... Well, because that's the one that we saw, so I'm curious if and how they will elaborate on that.
Oh, Wednesday got the really pretty dress. Things stole it for her from Uriah's Heap.
Well, yeah, it was from Uriah's Heap, but what was it? Haute Couture? But it was spelled...
HAWTEKEWTURE.
There were 2 E's and a Y, and not where you think.
It's not where you think. I laughed so hard earlier when I was watching it. I want if there's not a third silly store name, I'm going to be really mad.
It's giving The Good Place.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, when she asked how Thing got the dress, and I literally was like, I bet it's going to be a 5-figure discount.
He just went like this.
Well, he went behind her back and invited Tyler. And we didn't see what the note said.
Apparently it was genuine and sweet. And Wednesday is pissed.
And so it was very funny. Xavier and her are still on the outs. We found out that apparently Tyler and his friends, presumably the 3 other bullies.
Yeah, he got sent away to like military school.
Right.
And so he has distanced himself since he's been back, and he feels bad about what they did, but they also destroyed his mural from the last outreach day.
Which that I believe and will be fine if that's the end of it, but that was also something where I was like, what was the mural of? And if he can make things come to life, is that where some of this... Could you imagine if he painted that thing on a mural for Outreach Day?
Can't imagine that he did that.
It still scares me.
No, it's pretty gross.
When it came running up, because even with the drawings, I was like, okay, I'm starting to desensitize. Yeah. I'm starting to desensitize. But I think I just acclimated to the drawings, because when it was charging up on Eugene.
Poor Eugene.
Is he, like, dead?
I will tell you, he is alive. He is in the ICU. As far as I've gotten, he's not woken up yet.
I don't know.
He got hella attacked.
I don't know how these people are that brave. And also something like came out to it was Christina Ricci.
Well, I don't know. It looked man-shaped instead of woman-shaped.
Got my eyes on you.
She's a normie,
Misty.
Will. Misty?
This is the long con.
This is going to turn into a Yellow Jacket spinoff.
I just know it. Oh, well, we didn't actually say that the bullies piped red paint in through the... I kind of wanted it to trigger the sirens.
Well,
I wanted all their tails
just
to come out.
So I sort of thought it was real blood and it was going to trigger the vampires. That's what I thought. But then it turns out it's just paint. So. Yeah. And then Ajax and Enid sort of made up.
He didn't tell her. He was too embarrassed to tell her that he stoned himself.
It's so cute. I think it's so cute.
I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
Is it 10? 10 episodes?
8.
8.
Yeah.
So we're halfway. Well, so you actually...
I'm almost done. Yeah. I was almost done. Yeah.
You blew through it. Sorry.
Okay.
All right. Well, we will get this to you as we're able to. It could take a minute, but it's free, so enjoy it. And if you want it to not be, then pay us.
Yeah.
And then maybe
we'll do it faster.
Be at your beck and call.
Bye.
Like the siren beckon.